A warm welcome to you all joining us here at Silverstone today as the grid begins to form up for what we hope will be another phenomenal race. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with two DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Anton. Tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulty when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that really work their tyres hard and put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Gasly, Max Verstappen, and Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Perez, Magnussen, and Roman Grosjean. Sainz, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, Van Dorn, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson, and Fernando Alonso. Sirotkin and Charles Leclerc rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
Hello everyone and welcome back, guys, to round 10 of our F1 2020 Charles Leclerc mod career mode. We're today here back, and we're at the halfway stage of the championship. We head though to the British Grand Prix, obviously here from Silverstone, and hopefully today we can have a good race. Now, some of you may be wondering why on earth we're starting from the rear of the field. Unfortunately, I made quite a big mistake on my qualifying lap that meant we couldn't even jump past Nick Latifi at the end of the day. So we're going to be starting from the rear of the field in this one. Hamilton, though, only 17 points back. We're tied with Mercedes in the Drivers' Championship as well. So hopefully we can try and have a nice, clean, tidy race. And if we can score some good points at the end of the day, I will probably walk away quite happily when all is said and done. You know, everyone gets rough races from here and there. So hopefully today, we can just try and charge our way back through the field and see where we end up. But without further ado then, let's jump in to this British Grand Prix. Obviously my home race, not the home race for Charles Leclerc though, but a very, very historic track on the Formula 1 calendar. It's 5 red lights, and it is lights out and a very, very delayed getaway from myself. Not the best start in the world, I'll be honest, but as everyone, Constantine is up through turn 1, it might allow us a bit of an opportunity there, as you can see already. Latifi and Russell as we head through the first couple of corners there. A little bit of ascent coming in past both the Williams cars. Nice and early. Giovinazzi then moving a bit over the road. Give us the room on the inside, please, mate. And we did exactly the same thing we've just done in qualifying. What is wrong with us here today? Right. Not been the start that we needed then. What is going to be the gap to the rear of the field? I don't know what's wrong with me on F1 2018 here today. The gap is 9.1 seconds. Let's see if we can try and close that down. Absolute disaster of a start, but it's not over just yet. Coming towards the end of lap 2 then, the gap to the guys in front is coming down quite quickly. But Hamilton set a 1 minute 30.1. We set a slower time than that, is all I can say, unfortunately. But we are on the set of the mediums as well, so hopefully, obviously, we can try and close it to the rear of the field, and then in the second half of the race, when we're a bit quicker, they'll just be sitting ducks for us. Everyone from about P8 onwards, seems like, I think it's Perez holding a bit of a train, either Perez or one of the Haas cars. So, it's not over just yet. I mean, at the moment, we're taking a good 2 seconds at least out of those guys, and their tyres got about a 1 second a lap advantage over us, so we're doing alright. We're really starting to dig deep and try and recover as best as possible from what, yeah, really was quite a rookie mistake from myself. You know, we made a mistake at the end of last week's race at Austria. We need to try and get our head back in and focus on the second half of this season, because that is normally where Hamilton becomes strong as well. Oh. Yellow flags are out. Someone's clearly having issues. It's Seb, I think. I think it's Seb dropping to the wayside for this Grand Prix, so this race has gone from bad to worse for Ferrari there. My teammate is the first casualty here at Silverstone, and that is not what we needed. I'm down in 19th. Seb's now pulled to the wayside. It is going all kinds of wrong for Ferrari here today. And I mean, we went into this Grand Prix tied with Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. We need a return to form.
He's out of the race.
So Jeff just confirming that Seb has dropped out of the Grand Prix, but the AI are really going at it just in front of us at the moment. I was sort of hoping we could close them up just as they dived it into the pit lane. But you can see Latifi, Kvyat and Russell there just sat through the final chicane there. We need to try and start making moves past these guys. We don't want to get stuck behind them for, you know, for as short a space of time as possible here. As we head through turn 1, open up the corner as best as possible. Look at the run we got on Latifi, up the inside. Try not to run into the back of the AlphaTauri. And we're now up at the P18 of the Grand Prix. We got up to P14 here. And then we've got a bit of a gap again, so hopefully, like I said, we can try and make a bit of progress over these next couple of laps. Next up then is Kvyat, as you got Russell and Giovinazzi going side by side. Try to have a bit of a look around the outside of the AlphaTauri. You can just see. Oh, come on, get on with it. Oh! Once again, almost dropping it for the second time. And that's going to allow Latifi back round us. We are just not comfortable with this car here. But we've still got a lot of a better run through there. Latifi, don't do it, mate. Give it up. There we go. Back up into P18 once again. Alright, let's see if we can try and get a slingshot run on Kvyat. Out onto the hangar straight. Come on! No, we're not anywhere near going to be close enough here. They're all just stuck in a slipstream train at the moment. Starting to see the first few AI diving in, though. And there we go. 3 of them diving in just in front of us. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get the undercut. As Lando Norris is the man just in front of us on the road now. Where am I going to be up to? I'm in a P9 of this Grand Prix. Hopefully we can try and get past Norris, but we're not that far ahead of the top runners still. I mean, if we can just try and scrape together some points here, maybe finish above best of the rest, that would be wonderful, but I think we've got a long race ahead of us if we want to achieve that. It's this area of the circuit you get the difference between the front-running cars and the midfield. Just see how much progress we make on Lando Norris through there, and hopefully now he's basically going to be a sitting duck from us as we head down the hangar straight on the inside we go. And the British driver gets demoted another place at his home Grand Prix. Up at a P8 though. Hopefully, I think everyone else now has dived it in. We were the only person that went for the alternate strategy, after all. And we're probably going to dive it in end of the next lap, try and utilise these softs as best as possible there. Ricciardo was up into the net lead. Or was up into the lead of, sorry, I should say, of the Grand Prix. But we're now at the front of the field. But only for 1 lap.
Pit now.
So we are going to dive it in on the end of this lap. But having a look at the mini-map, I have no idea what sort of sorcery Renault have come up with this weekend. Because they are genuinely challenging with the top runners here. Make sure we get it slowed down nice and tidily into the pit lane though. I've clicked the wrong button. Wonderful. Always the way. We do get it stopped though in the end. It happens, I think, once every single Grand Prix this season there. But coming down into the pit lane though, hopefully we can just try and keep it nice and tidily. It's going to be interesting to see where we come out in this race. Obviously no chance that we'll get held up by other cars. Nice, clean, tidy stop there, 2.7. And yeah, Ricciardo is legitimately on for a podium here at the moment. I've got no idea how he's managed it, but how much of an undercut, or overcut even I should say, have we made on the rest of the field here? Ocon is up into P5 of the race as well. I've clicked the wrong button again. Wonderful. What's wrong with me today? Anyway, at the pit lane we come. It's gonna be P10. P11. P10 as we go for a bit of a send on Magnussen there. The AlphaTauri tries to look past us. Yeah, that's probably a fair warning, I'll be honest. We did completely send it on the poor Haas driver there, and I apologise if I've ruined his day, but we need to hold on to points. We've got Verstappen just in front of us. No idea what's happened to him this race. Why he's struggling down in the midfield. My best guess is front wing damage, but yeah, now we need to make some progress. Oh, someone's gone. Whoa, what was that? Perez just got sent. No idea if there was contact between him and the Alfa Romeo there, but yeah, that was a very, very scary moment for Perez as we head through the old Sector 1, but Grosjean now under pressure from Verstappen. Perhaps we're going to have to try and work with Verstappen towards the end of this race. And that was just the second poorly timed move from myself on a Haas car in the space of a lap. Definitely not my day today, I'll be honest. Pushing like crazy at the moment to try and get close enough to Verstappen here. We got Raikkonen just in front of the pair of us at the final corner. We now have the DRS. Yeah, we're really not utilising these softs as well as I thought we could be able to. Only got 4 laps to go of this Grand Prix. We're still up in P8 at the moment, but I mean P5's probably on the cards. But we need to try and get past Verstappen. He is the one we've got to be careful for in this race. But he's also trying to look past Raikkonen. Verstappen to the inside. I think he's pulled it off. Raikkonen's had to slot back down into P7, and hopefully, very, very shortly, he can be easy pickings for us. Try and use everything this car's got to its disposal. Down in towards the old turn 1. Look how slow Raikkonen is through there. That's not what we need. Going to cost us a little bit of time.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Right, slingshot on the exit. Surely there's nothing the Alpha can do now. In the slipstream. Rich revs, overtake mode. He's actually put up a fair fight. Verstappen's really, really slow top end. But we get up the inside of the Alpha. Oh, now I'm into P7 of this Grand Prix. We need to try and get past Verstappen before he gets to Ocon. 3 laps to go though with this race. Verstappen now applying the pressure to the Renault. Oh, contact between the pair of them there. Verstappen gets around him though. We're going to try and follow him past. Can we hook it up around the outside? Onto the old front straightaway. He gives us a big, big squeeze, but I think as we head down the front, well, down the old front straight, we should be able to get it. Yeah, Ocon tries to keep the nose in. Got her a little bit wide, but I think it was only fair. We basically had the position anyway. Now we need to try and get past Verstappen. Surely there's not going to be much he can do in defence down the hangar straight. Come on, get a good run through. DRS, yeah, Verstappen's a sitting duck. I think that Red Bull's genuinely the easiest thing to overtake around here at the moment. I'm into P5. Bottas, though, is a good few seconds up the road, so I'm not optimistic we'll be able to get to him. Coming on then to the final lap of this Grand Prix. I don't think we're going to get anywhere close enough to challenge Bottas. However, we do set the fastest lap, which is always reassuring. Only lap sub 130, I think we're going to see today around this circuit. But yeah, a recovery drive, 5th place on the face of it. Probably shouldn't be that bad, but the fact that we might still be watching Daniel Ricciardo pick up Renault's first podium since 2009, I think? 2008, perhaps? Can't remember if they... Did they get... I'm sure they got a podium in 2009. But, yeah, anyway, their first podium in over a decade in Formula 1 there. What a story that'll be. But Albon and Hamilton, I think, are fighting towards the front of the field there, so... Again, what a story that might be as well. Hamilton could take a 7th British Grand Prix victory there. But for us at the moment, Damage limitation has been somewhat executed well. 10 points on the board is certainly nothing to be too disappointed about. It's all a case of whether Albon gets it done on Hamilton there, and I think he has. I think it's going to be very, very close between the pair of them as they head down in towards the final chicane of the Grand Prix there. Who is going to come out on top at the front? I think it's Albon. Albon takes home his very first Grand Prix victory there. Technically not a home race win, but I'm sure it basically feels like it for the Thai driver there. Through the final corner for ourselves, though, it's P5 at the end of the day there. A recovery drive we're going to have to take.
Take care of the car on the way in.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One, and that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day was Charles Leclerc. He did a cracking job moving through the field, just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So, there we are then, guys, the end of the British Grand Prix there, and quite a few big crazy stories coming from that one there. Albon gets on top and beats Lewis Hamilton to a British race victory there. His first race win in Formula One, Red Bull's first race victory of this 2020 season as well. Hamilton just 1/10 back at the end of the day, but Daniel Ricciardo 5 seconds off in the Renault in the end. Fair and square beat Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes there for Renault's first podium in over a decade in Formula One. Bottas, though, comes through for P4 at the end of the day. Myself, Charles Leclerc in 5th in what was a very, very poor day for Ferrari there. But we still managed to beat Verstappen, Ocon, Raikkonen, Stroll and Grosjean there 2 points when all is said and done. Gasly in 11th. We got Magnussen in 12th ahead of Sainz. Kvyat, Sainz even I should say. Russell, Norris, Giovinazzi, Perez, Latifi, and then Vettel, the only man not to make it through to the end of the Grand Prix. In terms of the championship then, 9 points now. The gap to Hamilton has dropped down to the second half of this season. There is going to be a big, big fight on our hands, but we'll wait and see as to how that goes. A few people chopping and changing there. We see Albon now jumps past my teammate Seb into P4 in the Drivers' Championship there. And I mean, he could be a threat to Bottas very, very quickly in this season. Ricciardo and Ocon both jump back past Perez there. And yeah, Ricciardo now, once again, best of the rest. And then we got Raikkonen jumping past Gasly further down the order as well as he picks up even more points there. With still just Giovinazzi, Kvyat and Latifi yet to put points on the board there. Mercedes open up a 20-point lead over ourselves in the Constructors' Championship. And yeah, Alfa Romeo with Raikkonen jumping past move back up into P8 in the Constructors' Championship as well there. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you get yourself subscribed. What a crazy race that was at the end of the day. But we will be back next time out, I think, for the Hungarian Grand Prix.